Okay, now we're ready to enter the next phase of this basement. The homeowner is now ready to finish off to complete it with the ceiling and the floors. But the first thing we have to do is we have to go back and we have to put our electrical boxes in. And using the Basement to Beautiful panels in the Everlast wall system, it is so easy. In fact, I see that we've already laid out the outlets for the electrical boxes. So the next thing we're going to do is really just going to grab our tools, which all we really need is the drill, a jigsaw, and a level.
That's a level. You're messing a level
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that when we're cleaning out the hole for the outlet, that we get through the entire Basement to Beautiful finishing insulation panel. Because the box itself is 2 7/8, and the Basement to Beautiful insulation with the 1/2-inch Everlast wall panel is 3 inches, so you have to go all the way through. Okay, now we're at the point where we could start running the wires. Now I just want to be clear, we're not licensed electricians, this is left for the professionals. We're just showing you, demonstrating how the wire is going to go through the raceway. So we just start it and we feed it through. Now that's pretty easy. And here we go. And we want to leave about 6 to 8 inches out of the wall for the electrician. But for the most part, we're just going to keep it on the first setting, which is the rotation. And that's where we'll pull our marks from. Okay, so we took all our marks and we snapped all our lines. So the next step is to put up our crown molding. Now the beauty with the TBF panel is we can just nail this anywhere. We don't have to find a stud. Okay, now we're done with our crown molding, and I will say it looks great. So now the next step is to lay out our ceiling grid. Okay, so now we're at that phase where we're going to start measuring the wall, and we're going to put a center mark right on the wall, wherever that might be. And then we're going to work our way to the outside, and we're going to see how that lays out. So let's go ahead and take a measurement. Okay. Cut them in half to double them up. And we're just going to put it through the eye hook about 6 inches and just give it a couple wraps.
3 turns.
3 turns is plenty. Now, we don't want it to hang down too long, so we're just going to cut it, well, probably about 8 to 10 inches from the ceiling joist. Okay? Take your remaining pieces, go to the next eye hook. Same thing, about 4 to 6 inches, give it 3 wraps. And we're ready for the next one. Okay, so now we're ready to put up our main T. So what we want to do is we just want to kind of set it up on our crown molding and take our first wire hanger, lift it up. Now I'm only going to temporarily do this because what I want to do is I want to get a visual of it being level. Now I do have to bring this up, quite a bit. Okay, We're going to go back and we're going to level the ceiling later. Right now we just want to secure the main grid so we can start putting in our 4-foot tees. It's real easy. You just snap it in. The first one is the one with the 12 inches for my 13-inch cut. So I just put it up on the track, snap it in. See, this gives me the flexibility to move it and snap it in there. Snap. Snap. It's real easy, right? So these tabs are 6 inches. I don't have to measure. I could just count 1, 2, 3, and it's the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click. Okay, so now we have our 4-foot tees in place. The next thing we want to do is we want to go back and we want to put our 2-foot tees in before we put in our end pieces. Because this is going to allow us to square everything up before we, kind of finalize everything before we put those ceiling tiles in. And these basically go in the same way as the 4-foot tees. Okay, so now what I want to do is I just want to re-square my ceiling, make sure everything is still good. Okay, that was our last ceiling tile. We're all done with the ceiling, and I gotta tell you, it really looks great. We have our lights in. The next step is to put our flooring in, then we'll put our baseboard trim and our batten strips, and this job is complete.
This newest version of Mill Creek flooring comes in planks 47.5 inches long, 7.5 inches wide. There's 2.48, so almost 2.5 square feet per plank. And there is 20 square feet per box, actually 19.8 square feet per box. So you measure your floor, divide by 20, and then add at least 10% for waste and cuts. And that's how many planks and how many boxes you'll need for that job. All right, great. Thank you.
I got some.
I got a knife here.
Man, driving up.
So now we're all done with the flooring, and we're going to cut the inside corners just above the baseboard, install the baseboard, and then cut all the batten strip caps to the top of the baseboard and to the crown molding at the top, and we'll be all done with this project.
Thank you.